Two women went in for routine aesthetic treatments and never made it home. Not because of filler, not because of the treatment itself, but because of the topical numbing cream. This is something that I think in our industry we really don't take seriously enough, and it's topical lidocaine. I think we take for granted the power of this medication because we use it every single day in our practice, me included. There have been multiple documented cases on this. A 22-year-old college student went in for laser hair removal, had topical lidocaine applied to a large surface area, including both of her legs, under occlusion. And what occlusion means is when you take plastic wrap or saran wrap to kind of drape it over the topical numbing and increase the absorption of it. So she had topical numbing applied to both legs, a high concentration for a long amount of time. I don't know the specific details on how long or what the concentration was, but she ended up developing seizures. She went into a coma and she passed away from lidocaine toxicity. Another more recent case was a 39-year-old female who went in for microneedling. This was reported by the Toronto Star, as you can see here, in Canada. She went in for microneedling. They applied topical numbing. She ended up experiencing vomiting. She experienced seizures. She was later admitted to the hospital and ultimately passed from lidocaine toxicity, not from the procedure, not from the treatment, from the topical numbing cream. When lidocaine is applied to the skin, it gets absorbed, and how much gets absorbed depends on multiple things. Number one, the concentration of the lidocaine, how large the surface area is, how long it's left on for, and is the skin barrier intact. You want to remember that when the skin barrier is disrupted, you no longer are dealing with a topical numbing cream and truly a systemic medication. So if you're using a large surface area, if you're leaving that topical numbing cream for an extended period of time, that can significantly increase how much enters into the bloodstream. And on top of that, we have to factor in that a lot of med spas are compounding their own topical numbing creams. So it makes it more difficult to create these exact doses because there's varying combinations, varying concentrations of these anesthetics. So a lot of times restraint and really clinical judgment is what really matters in these situations. And I think this is where there's a lot of confusion for providers because we as providers want an exact dose from the FDA, milligrams per kilogram, exact dose of how much topical lidocaine we can use like we have for injectable use. But we don't have that. The FDA doesn't give a clear dosing because absorption is so variable. So what the FDA warns against is prolonged use, is large surface areas, high concentration, and using occlusive barriers like plastic wrap or saran wrap to increase the absorption. So what really happens to our patients and how can we recognize if this is happening to our patient? So when too much lidocaine gets absorbed, what can happen is something called LAST, local anesthetic systemic toxicity. And early signs of this are ringing in the ears, a metallic taste, numbness around the mouth, dizziness. They can then progress to confusion and agitation, and in severe cases, cause seizures and cardiac complications. And this is why I wanted to break this down, not to call out a med spa for something they did wrong. Absolutely not. It's more to spread awareness because lidocaine isn't just some topical numbing cream. It truly is a medication that we're offering our patients. And depending on how it's absorbed, can really impact the brain and the heart. And I think that's something that we, me included, forget about this medication. So how do we avoid this? I think what's really important is being that surface area small, avoiding prolonged use. So I typically have my patients numb for about 20 minutes. And I don't use occlusive barriers like saran wrap or that plastic wrap to increase absorption. I think making sure that we keep it on the forefront of our mind and always respect it as a medication will help minimize the risk of LAST or lidocaine toxicity. The reality is that there's no exact safe dose when it comes to topical numbing cream, and I don't want this video to be some fear-mongering video on topical lidocaine. That's not the purpose of it. The reality is that topical lidocaine is not dangerous when it's used correctly, but it's also not harmless. And I think understanding the difference between those two is truly what's going to keep our patients safe and really spreading awareness about these two women that had devastating results from their topical numbing cream. I think our industry kind of minimizes this medication because we use it so often. So really it's just to spread awareness about something that we utilize every single day in our practice. And I hope it helped you as much as it helped me. So if you're loving these videos, hit that subscribe button and continue to follow along.